Yibo is holding a baby? That was the first thing fans screamed when the unexpected photo began spreading online. For a few seconds, the entire internet froze, asking the same burning question: whose baby is this, and why does Yibo look so emotional while holding it? The story behind this moment is both heartwarming and surprising, because it connects not only Yibo himself but also his beloved mother. This wasn't just a random baby or a staged photo shoot. It was a moment that revealed a side of Yibo that many fans had never seen before. It all began during a quiet family gathering. Away from cameras, schedules, and the endless pressure of fame, Yibo returned home to spend quality time with his mother. She has always been his grounding force, reminding him of the values of humility, kindness, and family no matter how big his career gets. That day, she had invited a close family friend who had recently welcomed a newborn baby. When Yibo walked into the room, his mother was already cradling the child in her arms. Her gentle smile lit up the space, and without hesitation, she called her son over. At first, Yibo hesitated. After all, he had spent so much of his life on stage, in rehearsals, and in front of flashing lights. Holding a baby seemed like an entirely different challenge. But the way his mother's eyes softened as she handed the child over gave him the courage to accept. Fans might imagine him as the cool, untouchable star, but in that moment, Yibo's expression melted into something almost unrecognizable. He looked nervous, protective, and deeply moved. His hands, normally steady while performing complex dance moves or gripping the handlebars of a motorcycle, trembled slightly as he adjusted the baby against his chest. His mother stood beside him, placing a reassuring hand on his arm. She whispered, "You'll be fine. Just hold gently. Babies can feel your heart." And Yibo listened. Slowly, his shoulders relaxed. He rocked the baby gently, and the tiny child blinked up at him with wide eyes, almost as if sensing the kindness behind his hesitation. What shocked fans the most wasn't just the fact that Yibo was holding a baby, it was the way his mother watched him, her face glowing with pride. She saw not only her son the superstar, but her son the man, the person capable of warmth, patience, and love. For nearly an hour, Yibo refused to put the baby down. He hummed softly, his voice low and soothing. His mother laughed quietly, teasing him, "You're already acting like a father." That one line would later echo online when the story leaked, sparking endless discussions. Was Yibo ready for family life? Was this a hint at something bigger? The truth, however, was simpler but even more beautiful. Yibo wasn't rushing into fatherhood, he was simply living in the moment, guided by the love of his mother. She later told close friends that seeing her son with the baby reminded her of the first time she held him, all those years ago. She said, "It felt like life had come full circle. I was watching my little boy grow into a man right before my eyes." This precious family scene stayed private until someone close to the gathering shared a photo. In the picture, Yibo is sitting on the sofa, cradling the baby while his mother leans close, smiling with unmatched tenderness. The photo instantly went viral, not because of gossip or scandal, but because of the overwhelming warmth it carried. Fans commented that they had never seen Yibo look so peaceful, so natural, and so connected to his roots. Behind the glamour of concerts, dramas, and interviews, this was a reminder that Yibo is also a son, someone deeply influenced by his mother's love and guidance. And in holding that tiny child, he allowed fans a glimpse of what truly matters to him: family, sincerity, and the quiet moments away from the spotlight. The internet may have been shocked at first, but soon the shock turned into admiration. Many fans wrote that they were moved to tears. Some even said the image inspired them to cherish their own families more. In a way, Yibo and his mom had unknowingly spread love far beyond their home. By the end of that evening, when the baby finally drifted off to sleep, Yibo carefully handed the child back to his mother, who then passed the baby to the parents. He sighed softly, still smiling, and his mother patted his shoulder, whispering, "One day, when you're ready, you'll be a wonderful father." Yibo didn't answer, but his eyes shone with the quiet confidence of someone who had just discovered a new side of himself. And that is the true story behind the shocking moment fans couldn't stop talking about. Not a scandal, not a rumor, just a son, a mother, and a baby, wrapped together in one unforgettable memory. After that night, the memory didn't leave Yibo. Even with his busy schedule, that simple moment of holding a baby while his mother looked on stayed with him. On stage, he was fierce and charismatic, but in private, he kept replaying the gentle weight of the child in his arms. His mom noticed the change immediately. She teased him over breakfast, saying, "You're quieter than usual. Still thinking about the baby?" Yibo smiled shyly, the kind of smile fans rarely get to see. He admitted, it felt different. "I never realized how fragile and pure a baby could be until I held one." His mother nodded, her eyes full of warmth. "That's because you saw yourself in that child. I saw it too. For a moment, it was like looking back in time at the day you were born." Those words touched Yibo deeply. He had always known his mother sacrificed a lot for him, but hearing her compare that baby to him reminded him of his roots. It wasn't about fame, charts, or cameras, it was about the bond of family. As weeks went by, Yibo carried that energy with him into his work. His dance moves seemed more fluid, his expressions on stage even more powerful. Fans noticed and commented that something about him felt softer yet stronger at the same time. Little did they know, it was the influence of that one evening, where love and family grounded him. His mom often reminded him that while the world may see him as a star, to her he would always be the boy she raised with patience and care. The story spread quietly, but when the photo resurfaced again later, it reignited conversations online. Some fans speculated about Yibo's future, imagining what kind of father he might become. Others praised his mother, saying she raised him to be humble, compassionate, and respectful. In many ways, the moment became more than just a family memory, it became a symbol of how Yibo balances fame with real-life values. Late one evening, after returning home from a long day of rehearsals, Yibo sat down with his mom. They shared tea together, and she gently brought up the subject again. "Do you know why I wanted you to hold that baby?" she asked. Yibo looked at her curiously, shaking his head. She smiled softly. "Because I wanted you to feel what I felt when I first held you. No matter how far life takes you, I never want you to forget the power of love, patience, and responsibility." Those words stayed with him. In fact, Yibo later admitted to close friends that the experience gave him a new perspective, not only on family, but also on the way he approached his career and the people around him. He became more attentive, more thoughtful, and even more grateful to those who supported him. Fans often wondered what shaped his calm and grounded personality. The answer, though rarely seen, was moments like this, precious time with his mother, anchored in love, and made unforgettable by something as simple as holding a baby.